I know that this one is gonna shake you up because your relationship is not ideal. There's no way that it is. But I'm going to tell you about the ideal archetypal union between masculine and feminine because it will help you in your relationship. It has helped me immensely to know what my feminine gifts are and how to show up in them and allow my husband to step into the masculine more and find that beautiful partnership that was meant to be there. That has probably been skewed for us and so many couples because of the cultural conditioning that we have had for so many years about what we're supposed to value and what's important. I'm so glad you're here. Welcome. This is my favorite topic because it's had a huge impact in my life. More than 10 years of therapy, learning to reclaim the feminine within myself has helped me. It's helped all the women that I've worked with. And so I want to offer it to you as well. I'm Michelle Baker. I own Embodied Art Studio. I'm an art therapist, and I love helping women reclaim the feminine for their own empowerment in life and getting what they want. Let's talk about relationships. To begin really understanding masculine and feminine energy within a relationship, it helps to go back to the yin yang symbol. Here's my reminder to you. So this might be the woman and this might be the man, and this is telling you that the woman is mostly feminine energy, and here's her masculine energy. The man has masculine energy and a little bit of feminine. Now, what about same-sex partners, right? This dynamic actually still applies, which is why I have a hard time saying man and woman, because that polarity that attracts people to each other, it's there whether or not it's the same sex, because it's the energy that is a polarity that draws you in, that allows you to be complemented by each other. Also, this is an archetype. It's a way of understanding something that's complicated. Energy is a complex idea. So breaking it down into masculine and feminine is a way of helping our brains understand it. And that being said, let's say that this is me in relationship with my husband. Maybe my yang energy is more, right, than like the typical, the standard or whatever. Then that means that my husband is probably going to have more yin, or that's what we want ideally, so that we're balanced with each other. And I think this is so interesting in our culture right now, because if we have been living in an overly masculine culture and women have been taught to live into their masculine energy more, then men are going to naturally be balancing our energy by stepping into the feminine more. So I think that there's this space for us to negotiate these terms with each other in every individual relationship. So what I'm saying is, for you and your partner, this is going to be applicable, and it's still up to you to figure out what are the yin qualities, the feminine qualities that really you want to embody, that feel good to you, and which qualities does your partner already show up in, right? And finding that beautiful balance between the two of you. So remember, we're talking about archetypal relationship between masculine and feminine. It does apply to partners in life, man and woman and beyond, but we have to stick with the simplest version first for our understanding to come through. So here is the masculine and feminine relationship. The picture is masculine energy. It holds, it provides structure. It is the same thing all the time. It doesn't change and morph. Inside the water is the feminine. It has movement and flow. She benefits from the masculine holding her. The masculine benefits by having a purpose, because this picture without anything in it would be pointless. So they both need each other. Without the picture, the feminine is a puddle on the floor. This relationship exists inside of you. It is the creative flow that's within you that has ideas and inspiration, and the masculine energy that brings it into action and actually gets it done. That same dynamic can exist in partnership between husband and wife, let's say. My husband wants to be the pitcher. He wants to be a provider and a container for me to be able to be in flow and have the flexibility and movement that he doesn't need as a masculine energied person. Give me a comment right now. Let me know how this does show up in your relationship. Can you notice the masculine and feminine? And are you longing for more of that beautiful balance, the way that you were supposed to be working together? Remember, masculine energy is like the sun. There is a consistency. It rises and sets at a predictable time every single day. The feminine is the moon. There is an ebb and flow to her throughout every single month. And that is the nature of the feminine that the masculine doesn't need. The masculine doesn't need to be that watery flow all over the place. The masculine wants to feel like it's providing purpose to our flow. The masculine needs opportunities to do. It really helps me to think of the white and shining armor. That's really the quintessential masculine energy. They want to come in and save the day. So having problems that need solutions and fixes are great for masculine energy. The masculine does not do as well in the realm of emotions, especially when what you really are wanting is to only be listened to and understood. Not that the masculine energy can't do that, but they have that tendency to want to fix and use their doing energy. So it's best when you have that desire to name it explicitly. This is actually another gift and requirement of the feminine, is to name your needs to your partner. In order for you to be the receiver of all of that doing energy the masculine has to give, it is important for us to name what it is that we need very clearly for them. Husband, I need for you to listen and just understand right now. That helps the masculine still feel competent because they have a very clear task at hand. I also like to think of masculine energy as the king of the physical realm and feminine energy as the queen of the emotional realm. So when it comes to getting things done and going places, that's a great place for the masculine energy to be the leader, for your partner to be the leader. When it comes to the emotional realm, it is a place where your gifts are going to shine more. You have the ability to hang with and give presence to the flow and the expression of emotions. And so you might find that you are the leader when it comes to talking about how you're feeling or what's going on in the sort of energetic realm of your relationship. If you've watched my previous videos, you might remember that masculine energy is thinking energy and feminine is feeling. So that means when it comes to a decision about where to go eat, your masculine energy partner is going to think about different ideas. We could go here, we could do this, we could do this. And those are the way that they're going to offer suggestions and make decisions. Feminine energy is likely to say, well, this is what I feel like. And one great dynamic that I found in my relationship is for me to say, I feel like Ty, and then allow my husband to come up with a suggestion for then what to do about it. This is a really simple example of how the masculine and feminine can really work together to make decisions that each allow the other one to feel happy with the result and with the way that they were able to show up in that dynamic. Now, another way that that could go is I could say to my husband, I want to go to that Thai restaurant up the street and I want to get pad Thai and pad see ew. And when I do that, I've sort of taken up all of the decision making and really only left him with okay, or no, I don't want to do that. And that is demeaning to the masculine energy. He didn't get to be that knight in shining armor, the one that came up with a solution, even in this small way. And that doesn't feel good energetically. And I'm telling you this because I've done this so many times, and I've felt that kind of air of dissatisfaction in the room, and I just never knew what it was before, but now I can see that it doesn't work for me to step into the masculine and then ask my husband to be in the feminine and speak to the feeling of like, well, I don't feel like doing that, because that's not our typical role. One of the ways in which I've been the most satisfied to bring feminine energy into my relationship with my husband has been to settle into the receiver. Oh man, first of all, this was really hard for me because I was such a doer, and I felt my value came from how much I could offer and provide and do for others. And so I definitely showed up in my relationship that way in the beginning. But when I learned that it actually feels good for the masculine, it helps my husband feel on purpose to be the giver and the doer and the provider. And I've been able to slowly sink back into the receiving mode. It feels amazing. It allows me to have more time to relax and take care of my body, to do reflective things like journaling and making art, and to get help on things that are a little bit overwhelming for me, let's say. He's always so great at being willing to stop what he's doing and come over and help me with some problem that I'm having. And it's a gift for me to allow him to help. And it's a gift for me to be able to receive his help. And this is just a really different paradigm shift for me, and I think for a lot of women, but I can tell you that it feels so much better. I feel relaxed and calm, and I feel more balanced in my relationship instead of like fighting to be the one that does everything and the one that, you know, is at the top of this like masculine hill, and the feminine's over here like, nobody wants me. I think this is a really big topic, and I just got started today. I'm opening the can of worms. It probably brought some stuff up for you, so leave me a comment. Tell me what your question is. Tell me what your worry is. Tell me how this doesn't show up for you. And remember, this is really the optimal archetypal masculine feminine dynamic, and it benefits us. We can learn from it, but your partner probably has wounding, and you probably have wounding, and the way that we show up in relationship expresses that. And so this can help you on your healing path. But if you look at your relationship and say that's the opposite of what happens, it's okay. That's part of my point, is to highlight the way in which we are not living in balance with each other, but also to provide you with hope that it's possible to make the change too. And part of where I can help you make the change is in my Facebook group, Reclaiming the Feminine. That's where we can talk even more about how to embody this and really share your story and hear from other women as well. So I've got a link for that in the description below. And make sure you subscribe as well, because I'm going to talk so much more about masculine and feminine and how it shows up in all different areas of life.